What is the man? You boys coming through once again, and it finally happened, man. For those who don't know, man, finally around 250, or a little bit more than that, gang members were sent to the famous prison of El Salvador. People thought that that this was not gonna happen, but it happened. For those who don't know, man, the President Trump, right, the U.S. president, has been going tough on illegal immigration in the U.S., right? So when they gather all these individuals, right, there's gonna be gang members in this between these guys, right? And of course, the U.S. don't want these gang members. These gang members don't belong to the streets of the U.S. So in a way, they were trying to get rid of them, right? They're like, man, we have to send them somewhere. I don't know if they were going to send them to Guantanamo Bay. But eventually, somebody from Central America was like, hey, over here, I got a big prison right here. If you want, hit me up, man, and we can figure something out. So that's what happened. Eventually, Marco Rubio went to El Salvador to talk to the president of El Salvador. Marco Rubio, I think, has to do with the Congress. It's some politician, right? I think out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken, right? So this guy went to El Salvador, or maybe Florida, but I think it's from Texas. But this guy went to El Salvador, talked to the president of El Salvador, right? And basically was like, man, what's up, man? What can we do right here? How can we convince you of accepting this inmates, right? So the president was basically like, man, you don't have to convince me. I got a lot of cells that are empty, and I will welcome those guys. Of course, you have to give me some money, right? You have to give me some money because nothing's for free in this planet. So they had to deal with they had a deal, and where both parties were happy, right? Let's just be realistic. El Salvador is not going to charge you that much money if you want to be realistic. Probably a private prison in the U.S. is going to charge you more money to keep those criminals in a prison over there. So basically sending them to El Salvador was like a win-win situation, right? They're not in the U.S. Plus, you're paying less, right? So finally, the individuals arrived to this prison, even though there was a federal judge who was trying to block this, right? But you know how Trump is. He don't care. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna send these guys to the El Salvador, and I deal with this later on, right? At the end of the day, whether I win or lose, those guys still gonna be over there in El Salvador. So that's what it is. So if you see the videos, man, it's kind of intimidating. It's kind of intimidating to see this. I mean, there was a lot of military. I don't know if it was cops as well, patrolling or guarding those buses, man, because they are held because they are transporting over 250 inmates, right? And out of those 250, I believe 238 are from Tren de Aragua, and 21 are from MS-13. Let's not forget that Tren de Aragua, man, was creating some noise in the U.S., right? They were taking over neighborhoods. They were bringing chaos. And it seemed to start being a problem in the U.S., right? Who hasn't forgot about those apartments that supposedly were taken over by Tren de Aragua? I don't know if that happened, because when they went over there to do a checkup, it seems like regular civilians were living right there. But that was the rumor. But one thing I would tell you is that they did took a lot of those guys, but there's still going to be some that are hiding here and there, you know. One thing that I will tell you, though, is that, man, that place looks very scary. Just put it this way. If you see the video and see how they're bringing down all those prisoners, man, just grabbed by the neck, they're running, and then once they make it inside the prison, they shave their head, they shave their beard, and reality check. You want to be a criminal? You want to be a gang member? Well, here it is, my boys. Enjoy life in these four walls. Man, if you were to be locked up 10 years in the U.S. against 5 years in that prison, I think we'll have to go with the 10 years in the U.S. I'm just saying, because these guys guarantee that if they have a good meal, it's going to be beans and rice. Honestly, man, people like this, right, that goes to a different country that it's not even their own country to victimize people, to, I don't know, break the law. This is what they deserve, man. If you're not going to go to a country to contribute in a positive way, man, we don't need you in that country, right? Go back to your country. 100% on that, right? These airplanes with this gang member arrived hours after a U.S. district judge attempted to block the Trump administration, right? Basically, Trump ain't tripping. It is what it is. Of course, I mean, I thought that this could not be possible, but one thing that we know about Trump is that he don't care. He's going to do whatever he's going to do. And at the end of the day, if he has to deal with it, he's going to deal with it in the U.S., right? Still, those guys are not going to be in the U.S. They're going to be in El Salvador, over there chilling with the MS. But apparently they went to a special area, which is a terrorist confinement place, right? Or center. And right here, I don't know how it's going to be, but they're not going to be mixed with the prisoners, or I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm assuming since they got sent to a specific spot, I'm assuming they're not gonna be mixed with the prisoners from El Salvador, maybe waiting for Venezuela to come and pick their citizens. We'll see what happens. But one thing I do wonder is what's gonna happen with this guy. What about nobody claims him? I mean, in no country. They're gonna stay locked up until, I don't know. What I assume is that they're gonna go through a process in a U.S. court, right? And basically, that's where they're going to be held, right? Of course, the U.S. is paying El Salvador to keep those inmates right there. So they're going to go through their courts via internet, FaceTime, whatever. That's how they're going to see a judge. And eventually the judge is going to tell me, you know what, you're not allowed to come to the U.S. for this many years, man. So go back to your country. And that's where they're going to go. So eventually, I'm assuming that once they're done with these individuals, the U.S. gonna get another airplane and he's gonna drop those guys in Venezuela. I don't know, it is something crazy, but yes, over 250 inmates got sent to El Salvador to kick it with the maras over there, enjoy the tropical weather, and we'll see how it goes, man. It's something that people thought that was not gonna happen, but guess what, it happened. And that's what happens when people wanna act this way. They want to be a criminal. They don't want to contribute to any country, even though it's not their country. But still, you have to contribute. You have to do the right thing. And if you don't do this is what's going to happen. So hopefully you like this video. With this being it, we are out to next video. Muchas gracias. If you haven't subscribed, man, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like and a comment. What do you think about this? Do you think that these guys deserved to go to a different country, especially to that prison? That's a crazy ass prison, Let me know. Hit me up on the comment. So with this being it, we're out to next video. Gracias.